In a time when the Supreme Court in the United States is debating the legality of same-sex marriage and an Olympic champion tells the world that he is a woman, it bears the question, why are there labels on gender, sexuality, personality, and who we love and choose to spend our time with? Well, a new book looks at the labels that are used to define us and questions whether they are even relevant. It is called Whatever. Love is Love, questioning the labels we give ourselves. And it is written by this most beautiful lady. This is actress and activist, Norristown's own Maria Bello. What a pleasure to have you with us.
Oh, thank you. It's such a pleasure to be home, especially during the draft.
Yeah. Exactly. Really, the NFL draft had everybody on the edge of their seats. You have written a really powerful book that asks some very important questions. How did you come to this, even questioning labels?
Well, I was very ill 2 summers ago, and I was in the hospital, and I looked around my bedside, and there was my mother, my brother, my son's dad, my son, and Claire, and I thought, these are all partners in my life, whether I do homework with them, whether they gave birth to me, whether they sleep in my bed, whether it's the father of my child. I love all of these people, and they're all my partners. So my idea of questioning, what does that mean to be a partner? Half of the people in the United States are single, so when people say, do you have a partner, there's some shame, like, no. And then I say, well, you do, don't you? All these people you love and you're committed to, and so it started this larger conversation. And
it really was a deep question and answer period that you had with your son, Jackson.
Yes.
Now tell us about that.
Well, when my son asked me if I was romantically involved with someone when he was 12 years old, I kind of panicked because I had become involved with my best friend, who's a woman, an astounding woman, and when I went to this child's therapist and said, how do I tell my son? She said, wait till he asks. He'll say a lot of things about his mother when he gets older, but he'll never say she's boring. And I was like, okay. So we finally asked, and I said, Claire, and he said the most profound words. He said, whatever, Mom, love is love. And from that spurned everything. And I wrote a New York Times article,
yes.
The number 5 of all times in the modern love. And all these people started writing in and saying, I'm a whatever, never knew what to call it. I have a whatever family. Because it wasn't about just sexuality, it was about all of these labels we put on ourselves, about religion, partnership, and the fluidity of life.
And so why is it that you think that our labels really restrict us and should not? Why should we be free of them?
Well, I think traditional labels tend to put us in tiny boxes, and our world is changing and shifting so quickly. It's what Bruce Jenner was trying to explain to Diane Sawyer the other night. There are 51 new gender options on Facebook from last year besides male and female, and I look at it and I think I'm at least 15 of them, you know? And so our lexicon needs to expand to have a more inclusive, I think, idea of who each authentic individual is. The only labels you should have are the ones you give yourself.
And do you feel, one of the questions you ask is, are you enough?
Am I enough? That's a big one. And, you know, that's really part of my spiritual journey, looking for someone outside of myself, whether it be like a healer, all these spiritual healers I went to throughout the years, you know, a man, a woman, whoever it was, to complete myself. And in the end, I realized, I don't need fixing. I'm already whole.
I have it all.
I have it all, you know, and it's my relationship with God, like God being my partner and myself, and that's my primary relationship.
What a pleasure. The book
Thank
again,
you.
Whatever, Love is Love. Thank you so much. And Maria is going to actually be in town for a few days. She has 3 appearances and book signings. She's going to be at her alma mater, Villanova University. That's tonight at 7 o'clock. Tomorrow at the Barnes & Noble on Sweetsford Road in Devon at 1. And then Sunday at 1 in the afternoon at Philly AIDS Thrift and Giovanni's Room at 12th and Pine. I have been there. It is a powerful place. We have more information online at cbsphilly.com/talkphilly.